Hi, this is Danny Jovica from IMREAL.LIFE, and today we're doing a review of the FLAST-AI Server for law firms. So this is exclusively for lawyers and law firms. The system itself, you can jump onto FLAST and find this product description, but essentially it's a legal research assistant for use by lawyers. It is a multi-user system, so if you've got a number of lawyers in the firm, each lawyer has their own instance with their own clients on there. So that way they're not sort of getting jumbled up with other lawyers and other cases. What it can do, it can assist with affidavit drafting. It'll allow you to upload all the information from that your client provides you, so their chronology of events and stuff like that. Even audio, video type evidence can be uploaded and transcribed, and it'll help you create summaries. It can be used for affidavit drafting. You can easily upload all the information from your client or from the portal up into the system, and then the system itself will analyze the facts and help you produce an affidavit. It can also help with case outlines. So the standard case outlines for whether that's for an interim hearing or a final trial, the AI system can extract the information from the database that comes from all the information that is before the court in the court portal, and that information then forms the basis of your case outline. And instead of spending hours and hours working on this, trying to pick out all the information, the AI system does it all for you. It can help you with a case analysis, with document drafting, creating chronologies, as I said, case outlines for interim and final trial, affidavit outlines, and help with a detailed final trial affidavit. It can also help with responding to legal correspondence from the other parties. So you get an email or you get some correspondence from the other side. The AI, because the database has all the information in there about the case, you can say, well, the other party said this, how would you respond? And it'll extract the information from the database and give you a detailed response, including citing relevant law or case law where necessary. It can help with submissions, creating briefs for barristers, evidence analysis. You can analyze affidavits for errors and conflicting information, analyze the experts' reports for bias or any other irregularities. So just think about the amount of time that this will save you having a system like this in your firm. You can create multiple databases with your case file data. So what that means is you might have one database that has everything, but you might want to do a selective analysis of a specific affidavit or a specific court report, or comparing an affidavit from one party against an affidavit from another party. So all of those options are available there. You can analyze judgments for appeal. So if a case didn't go your way, you can use the system to analyze those judgments and look for grounds for appeal based on the facts and issues in your case or the case that you're dealing with. The system is safe and secure. So like a lot of other providers in this field, FLAST-AI servers for law firms, we're built on the Amazon Web Services AWS platform. So the whole system is installed on an AWS server for you to be able to use. And for those of you who don't know too much about AWS, well, Amazon handles security sensitive organizations such as NASA, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, NASDAQ, etc. So you can't get much better than that. With security and control, really the FLAST-AI system is second to none in the country. In fact, it's got inbuilt security operating on secure socket layers and APIs and etc, etc. But I'm going to show you how that all works. Plus it comes with 12 months support, and you can have a free demonstration for your firm on your data, just to show you how it would actually work in real life. But otherwise, I'm going to show you now. So let's go take a deep look at this. This is the FLAST-AI server. So the first thing that you would face is a login screen. So once you've logged in, you'll see it'll welcome you by name, FLAST-AI. Your home screen is the first thing you see is a space where you can transcribe audio or video files. And to do that, you just basically all you need to do is browse. You're going to select the file. You can have MP3, MP4, AVI, MOV, and MPEG-4 format. So all you need to do is browse and select the file. In this case, I've selected an MP3 file, and you click on transcribe the video link. It'll summarize the transcript for the file name. It's creating a summary. The video is transcribed and split into parts, and it's running here. So basically right now, we can already click on here and see this is the actual words that were in the transcript, and here is our summary. So the summary tells us the video concerns a family law case in Australia involving child custody issues, etc., and provides some details about what the matter, what that portion of the video is about. So basically, that way you can have a video and you can have a little summary, an audio or video, and you can have a little summary in a table for yourself, so that way you know exactly what each little audio file is about and have all the information there. It even talks about the differences between it can even provide you some insights as to what is relevant case law about that particular section, or which sections of the Family Law Act might be relevant, etc. Okay, so that's how that works. It also works with YouTube videos. So if there's something on YouTube that you want to transcribe, it'll do that for you as well. And here is the original transcribed text there that you can lean upon. Okay, when we click on settings, we've got database files in our settings. So we can have as many databases as we like. We can, all you need to do to create a new database is, here's a test data for FLAST review. So to create a new database, all I need to do is click on new database, and now it's selected there, and it becomes the current active database that you're working on. If I want to switch between databases, for example, I can click on this one here, and it'll show me which files were uploaded into that database. So if you've uploaded a case file, it'll show you, okay, you've uploaded the father's affidavit, the mother's affidavit, the court report, etc. Whatever the list is, it'll show you instantly which files uploaded in that particular database. In this case, we've created a new database, so we're going to go back into that test one for FLAST review, which has no files uploaded just yet, and we're going to upload some files here. Okay, so when we want to upload data to that database, you can just drag and drop your file here, and essentially, or browse for the file that you want to upload. In this case, I'm going to just pick something generic just for the purpose of the demonstration. So in this case, I've just picked a file off Ausly that I've converted to a text file. I've just imported this file. So this is an actual judgment text. You can see how quickly that's just imported in real life there. When you come back to settings, it shows us, okay, it now has an uploaded file there. We can save this information to make sure it's permanently saved there. We can click on Quiz LexiMind, and in LexiMind we have 4 options as to what we want to do now. So in LexiMind right now, all its entire focus is what is this data that you've just uploaded here, whether that's an affidavit, whether that's a court report, whether that is a judgment, as in this case. I can just say, tell me the facts, as an example, and go submit, and you'll see up here AI is running, and it's analyzing that case judgment for what the facts of that case are, and this is all happening in real time here. So you're going to see exactly how long it's going to take if you were actually having this at your fingertips. As you saw, it took what, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, if that. And here it tells you straight up, Here's a detailed summary of the facts based on the provided case, the parties' relationship and background, meeting and marriage, the prior proceedings, initiating proceedings, trial dates, who the parties were represented under. The wife in this case was under a 102 NA representation. The primary judge's findings. This one was obviously about the value of the assets in the proceeding. The grounds of appeal. So this was an appeal case. It was being appealed on procedural fairness and factual errors. You can see, and at the end of it all, it gives you a score for relevancy and accuracy, and it gives you the context of where that information came from. So you can look at this text and compare it back to the original judgment if you need to. So it's showing you that it's actually getting where it's actually getting that information from. If I switch to quiz my case mode, so as a case, so I can say, tell me the issues. Tell me the issues. So it looks at the case and analyzes this case for what are the issues that have to be decided by the court. And again, we're looking at a judgment here, but whether that's a judgment, whether it's an affidavit, whatever the information might be, it's got to now analyze the whole case. So it tells you the name of the case, Drost and Visor. So that's the case. Procedural fairness is the issue. There's a question of factual findings. It's telling you which relevant paragraphs are referring to each point. So you can imagine, instead of having to read, a 200 paragraph judgment, you can go straight up here, tell me the issues. It'll tell you what's going on. It pinpoint references where to find that information as well. Factual findings, homemaking and support contributions, discretionary decisions, all of the information that was there, and gives you again a score for accuracy, etc. So that's the quiz my case mode. If I go into IRAC predictive analysis, I can say based on the facts and issues, conduct an analysis, show reasoning for the judgment, and take home lesson learned. And we click on submit. So again, that's running there. This is live, so you can imagine it's reading the whole judgment here, conducting an analysis of it, and it's done in seconds. This is real time, guys. So if you want to count how many seconds it took, bang, you see that? That's like 10-15 seconds, and it's analyzed the entire case, given you an introduction, what it's about, what the issues are, what the rule that was applied here, how that rule was applied in this particular case in terms of procedural fairness, factual findings, exercise of discretion. In terms of the conclusion, it gives you the relevant case law, the legislation, all of the information here. And the take-home lesson is the case underscores the importance of procedural fairness in family law proceedings. If I just scroll across, particularly when dealing with issues of family violence, it also illustrates the deference appellate courts give to factual findings and discretionary decisions, etc., etc., etc. So here's the information all on a silver platter for you real quickly. Now, we can also go into analysis combined. Okay, now in this particular mode, analysis combined, this system allows you to do some really cool stuff. So here we've got, okay, here's the judgment that we've just been looking at, and I want to compare it to some actual data and say, okay, well, let's say from the judgment we want to extract, tell me the facts and issues. So we've got two databases here that the AI is going to analyze. From the first one, which is in this case the judgment, or it might be, as I said before, an affidavit, it might be a judgment in your case, it might be a court report, it could be two different affidavits that you're comparing. In this case, we're going to extract the facts and issues, and then this database here is a database of family law, and we're going to say, based on the information provided, conduct an analysis and find potential grounds for appeal, as an example. It analyzes one data, pushes it through a bigger database of information, and we click on submit, and let's see how long this is going to take. So it's running, as you can see there. It's analyzing the database information, so it's analyzing the first database and extracting the facts and issues from that database. Here it is, it gets the facts and issues, the relationship history, the trial procedural history, etc., etc. These are the issues that were involved in the case. Here's the analysis, here's the outcome, and now we're sending this information and looking at it from a perspective of law. So what is the grounds for appeal? First of all, potentially there's invalidity of the Section 102 NA order. Paragraphs 15 and 16 of the judgment indicate that another judge initially made the 102 NA order, which was later modified. The appeal could argue that this modification adversely affected the wife's ability to conduct her case. I mean, just have a think about this, right? In seconds, I've uploaded a judgment. I've never done that before in this system. For the first time, what you've witnessed here is live. It's compared it against a database of family law information and picked up immediately a possible ground for an appeal here. Failure to revoke or adjourn. Paragraph 17 observes the wife's lack of legal representation and her failure to secure legal aid, highlighting potential oversight on the court's part to ensure fairness by reconsidering the 102NA under the changed circumstances. Paragraphs 18 and 19 shed light on the refusal to adjourn the trial. Factual findings on contributions of family violence, and you can see here it's picking up every detail, and now you can get that information and dig deeper, analyze deeper, prepare a brief for a barrister, and there's your appeal on the way already. And it's giving you supporting case law and a conclusion here. While the appellate court upheld the primary judge's decision, the wife could posit grounds for a further appeal based on perceived procedural fairness, violations, factual misapprehensions, etc., etc. So you can see now how this works. By the way, it's not only one database that you can compare it against. We've got the FLAST-AI database as well. Let me just see if there's another one here. Yep. So we can compare it against a second database. The first one is a database of general family law. The sort of stuff that covers all the general precedents, the commonly used cases. The FLAST database is a database of about 1,000 cases over the last 5 years or so, and all their different judgments in those cases, analysed against the same facts. So these facts now are analysed against case file data, actual cases, and it's analysing procedural fairness is ground one. So it's picked up the same issue, the 102NA order. So the point here is, there's two different databases of family law that we're testing the same information against. Both of them are finding possible grounds for appeal in this case. This is all happening live here in terms of the speed. We can come back into Quizlexi Mind and go into draft documents and say, okay, create a chronology of events in table format, citing source, in table format with paragraphs cited. All right, so submit. It's analyzing the same information, and now we're doing a chronology. Okay, so imagine how much time it normally takes you to get a chronology done. You can upload the affidavits in here, seconds. Look at this. Year, the event description, paragraph reference. Now, here is the entire chronology based on that particular judgment. Now, if you have multiple, if you have a case that you're doing a chronology for, you can upload the mother's affidavit, upload the father's one, do each of them separately, create joint chronologies, merge them together, and you're done in minutes. What would have taken hours and hours previously. You can cross-reference these paragraphs against what's in the original text, and it'll show you that those paragraphs are in fact correct. So here we go. That's all done there. Now, this is a general overview of the FLAST-AI system. Let's just have a quick look back at if there's any other features that we wanted to have a look at. Let's come back up to the top. Chronologies, case outlines, affidavits, submissions. Let's go back into the AI system. We can go here, analyze the facts and issues, and create in this case you would give it a bias. So you would say you represent the mother. You are creating a brief for the barrister for an appeal. Analyze the facts and issues and create a brief for the barrister. Now, obviously, it's not going to do all your work for you. You've got to do a little bit of work yourself still, but you know, it's getting the foundation of it done. It's giving you it allows you to analyze that information and come back very quickly and get the grounds and basis for an appeal here. Now, and what you're going to be submitting to a barrister as an initial brief. So let's just have a look at what he comes up with. Here's the brief for the barrister, the parties, the summary of the issues, the relevant legislation, detailed analysis using the IRAC method, issue 1, issue 2, etc., all done there, recommendations for appeal, etc. So you can see how quickly it's getting this information done. And if you wanted to expand on any of this information, let's just say, for example, we get this information here, this first issue, okay? And we want to focus on that, okay? So instead of creating a brief for the barrister, you are creating a submission for the barrister about this. So, by the way, there's a little trick here. You can get this little corner here and stretch it out so you can see what all of that text is. You represent the mother. You're creating a submission for the barrister about issue 1, denial of fairness. Provide a detailed submission on this issue. Control enter, and we're going to submit. So previously we got the general brief. Now we're honing in and going deep. We're doing a deep dive here, and you can see how quickly FLAST-AI just gets into action. It's running up there, taking that information, processing it all. Here's the brief. Here's the facts. Here's the legal rule, procedural fairness, analysis, inability to cross-examine, denial of an adjournment. Here's the conclusion. So it provides all the information there at your fingertips. And this is the advantage of FLAST-AI. What would previously have taken you hours and hours of research is done in seconds or minutes. You can get combined analyses. So if we get this information here and we this is the same test data there, we're going to compare it against this particular database. We will go here and we'll paste that same thing inside here. Create a detailed submission for the barrister. And we're just using a different system here. Now we're getting that information, passing it through a master family law database and creating a detailed submission for the barrister based on the master family law database as well. Okay, so extract the facts and issues and possible grounds of appeal. So in regard to copy that, in regard to a denial of procedural fairness. So we're analyzing the raw data from the case file, extracting that information, passing that through, and then we're telling it, based on the information received and the following, which is the analysis that we had from before, and the following, create a detailed submission for the barrister. Boom. Extracting the facts and issues, so, and possible grounds for appeal in regards to that particular point. So we're honing in on a particular point, facts about that particular point of grounds of appeal, of procedural fairness, specific complaints and submissions, detailed considerations by the court, and now we're sending that information to a master database of family law and going, wow, let's have a look at this. And again, it's picking up on specific issues there, efforts to revoke or adjourn, comparative legal context, legitimacy of the 102NA order. All the information is here. It tells you which paragraphs to look at in the judgment, which section of the Family Law Act is relevant, what case law to consider. Everything is there at your fingertips in an instant. And you can have, imagine a law firm where each of your lawyers has got this tool at their fingertips. Each of your lawyers can turn around and go, okay, well, I'm going to go back into Quizlexi Mind. I'm going to go into settings. I will click on, let's just say, let me have a look at one here. I want to click on this case outline database. I've selected that particular database because I know the data inside it is anonymized. So whatever you see on the screen here, it's completely anonymous. Go back in here, draft documents. Let's have a look. This is your typical blank outline of case document for an interim hearing. You've probably seen this 100,000 times already. Issues in dispute. Briefly outline the issues to be determined by court at the interim hearing. There's a lot of lawyers out there, let me tell you, who will pass this form to a barrister to complete. How seriously this form is taken, how seriously they want to get this right. And you can get this information, bring it here, bring it into your FLAST-AI system, and we just go briefly outline the issues to be determined by the court at interim hearing. and we're going to quiz my case is the mode that we're going to use here, and we're going to click on submit, and it'll just quiz your case, quiz that file, look at the information there, look at the issues to be determined by the court at the interim hearing, give you a list of this. How long would this normally take you? Think about this. Seconds. It's done. Here it is. The admissibility and weight of the affidavit and report, medical responsibility and access. Here's the issues to be determined by the court. It even tells you what the relevant case law is, and it gives you relevancy and accuracy scores, tells you where the information came from. All of that information is at your fingertips with FLAST-AI instantly. You want to hone in on something like this, on a particular point, you can just get that information there, copy that information, briefly outline the issues to be determined by the court at interim hearing about, control enter to send it on its way, submit. And now we're focusing on that particular thing. It's going to look at exclusively the issue about admissibility and weight of Dr. Cindy Cooper's affidavit report and see what is the issue here. And it hones in qualifications and expertise. The court needs to determine whether Dr. Cindy Cooper is qualified as an expert, and whether the court and whether the evidence can be accepted. Compliance with Section 79(1) of the Evidence Act, the weight that's given to it. Here's some relevant case law to support your submissions. Everything is there. Every step of the way, FLAST-AI makes your job easier. As a lawyer, it doesn't take away what you need to do. You still need to cross-check this. But if it can help prepare all the information for you, and all you need to do is read over it with your understanding of the case, cross-reference it against what the information is in the affidavits and what you already know, your job is so much easier. I'll give you one other example here. We'll go back into draft documents as an example, and I'll say, okay, you represent the mother. The father's lawyer has sent an email with concerns about the mother's mental health. I'm not even going to say anything else. Let's just say something generic like that there's a general concern about the mother's mental health that's been raised. How would you respond? Now, you can imagine this database that is loaded here is an affidavit. Is affidavits from the in an actual real case. If this is your client and there's allegations of mental health problems being levied against your client, and you've got a database with all the information, your affidavits, the court reports, all of that. Here it is. The father's lawyer sent information. Dear father's lawyer, I write to you on behalf of my client Susan Stevens concerning the recent email expressing concerns about her mental health. However, here's previous expert opinions. Miss Stevens has seen so-and-so doctor, and these are the doctor's qualifications. She is engaged with the following support services. There's a lack of evidence for current mental health issues. We're ensuring you got a full-blown response here. This lawyer is going to even regret questioning your client's mental health after this, because the AI system, in a second, extracts the relevant information from the data and allows you to now read through that, cross-check it against the information that you know is true and accurate, and go, wow, here's your response. Imagine how long it would have taken you to draft this letter, and this is done now literally in seconds, giving you from the dear father to yours sincerely, or yours faithfully here, coming from you after all of the hard work and effort that you've put in. This is the game-changing system called FLAST-AI. And this is here, that this is available for you today. You can have this in your law firm within days, that you can start to use this and help your clients get the best possible outcomes, delivering speedy and responsive service for your clients in a very, very accurate and in an impressively informative way. If you're interested in learning more about this, contact me. You can send a message below here. You can send a message via FLAST. You can contact us, and we'll arrange a free, no obligation demonstration for you and your law firm. What are you waiting for? FLAST-AI is game changing. Are you going to be the law firm that's going to be waiting until this starts to take off, and that or are you going to be the one who's, what are you waiting for? This is today's technology at your fingertips right now. Are you going to be the law firm that's going to be sitting back, bearing the brunt of someone else using this against you, or are you going to have these tools at your fingertips and being able to deliver the faster, responsive service that your clients are going to expect from you from now on? My name's Danny Jodica. I'm happy to have presented this FLAST-AI review of this groundbreaking new technology. This is the FLAST-AI Server for law firms. Anyone who wants to find out more about this, just jump on flast.com.au. Jump on and look out for FLAST-AI Server for law firms. It's under the product market area there. You can jump in there. There's a link at the bottom here that you can click on to book a no obligation demonstration. Contact us now and let's get this rolling for you. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to hearing from you shortly. Cheers.